welcome back to the Team Empire podcast. We are coming at you with another wrap-up episode today. Got my main man Frank with me. How are you, Frank?
Good.
You got our last one of the year.
It's sad.
I know it's sad, but it's exciting to wrap it up. But it is sad. Yeah. What do we do?
We're always going to have plenty to talk about.
Yeah, we are. Speaking of that, we've been talking, Frank, and we're going to do some more episodes. Obviously, we're going to wrap up Kate's comp though as well, and obviously the other girls too, but we'll wrap up that comp when it comes around. Sean Ray's Hawaiian Classic coming up in 4 weeks or something, so we'll do that. But Frank and I've been talking about doing some more podcast episodes around competing, around off season, how to handle the off season, just a whole lot of different things, like if you need to swap shows, cancel your show to a different show, just all these topics that people don't maybe talk about as much as they should. So we're going to talk about that. Especially stuff like mentally, post comp blues and all that sort of shit. Now I'm going through that myself and I'm like, hold up. So we'll talk about all that. But yeah, thanks to the sponsor Infinite Aesthetics for sponsoring the pod. We're going to dive straight into this episode. Moes Muscles, the last show of the year, was last weekend, a whole week ago nearly, so 21st of October. We had our judges, who I'll just quickly acknowledge as well, all of our Kiwi judges this time, so that was cool. We had Chris Bold, Fawad, Mo was on the judging panel, not always there, but he was there that time. Obviously a show. We had Mateo, Vivi, and Nabi, so a whole bunch of judges, 6 judges in there. Was really cool. So thanks to all of them for judging. If you haven't listened to the episode with Chris Bold, you should go and do it. And Frank, tell us about the show. How was it sitting in the front? Did you enjoy it, like Pro-Am? Hearing mixed things about the show, but how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, the only disappointment of the show was that it would have been cool if it was larger, but otherwise, like, if you were there, it felt like you were at a pro show. Like, it was cool, especially when those pros rolled out and those pros bought it, man. Yeah, so it was exciting to be there. I felt like it was a cool venue. Yeah, it was like a cool setting.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Yeah, good venue. We liked that venue, just FYI for Mo out there. It was a good one. So bring that one back again next year for Moes Muscles or whatever. It was a cool venue. And the guys backstage, all the pros were amazing. It was cool because I competed in the show. Obviously, Frank was watching the show and had athletes on the stage too. So that was really cool. And we'll dive into all of that. We started with the boys this one. So you know how we've been doing it a little backwards. You might have seen it from the wrap-ups and the shows, but the women have been first, and we've been doing it a bit of a mixed thing, but I mean, it was a little bit mixed up for this one too. We did have like a last minute change, but it is what it is, and it was a good time. So we'll get straight into it. We had classic physique first up, which was awesome, and it was the first timers, so the pros weren't out straight off the bat. The pros came out a little bit after that, but it was cool. Classic physique, another bunch of these guys have all come back, which is cool. Hey Frank, like they've been competing throughout the year or whatever, did nationals, and they're back to qualify for next year's nationals. We had 3 in first timers, which was cool. And then Rishi took that one out. Vaguely remember him. Again, I didn't watch these, so Frank's going to have to wrap them up for us. Classic physique, we had 1 in Division A, 2 in Division B, 2 in Division C, 1 in Division D. Just quickly, the winners was Edgar for Division A. We had Division B was Gareth, took that one out. Yanwen took out Division C, and Division D was Dylan Blackley, who we've seen a lot this year, and we love to see him. He's just amazing. Overall, Yanwen took that one out. How did you feel about the classic physique? This is the amateurs as well, not the pros just yet, but do you remember seeing these guys start the show? How was it?
Yeah, it was good. Like, again, there wasn't many of them.
Yeah.
But they got into it, and you had Gareth come back and do classic, Dylan come back. The other guy that comes second in class B with Gareth, he looked great as well. I can't remember his name.
Heath. Yeah.
That was cool. So there was some competition there in that class.
Yeah.
Seen some good sportsmanship there. I think a real hard thing about when there's low numbers is it makes you more like, there's less people to beat, so you want to win.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And I think it makes it harder for the judges as well because they've only got a couple to judge from too. But yeah, they move through, and then obviously always like, man, Dylan showing up, and on shorter notice, and I think as well for both of them, Gareth, and they just come back because they just wanted to do better again to what they had the week before. And they showed up, man, and looked awesome.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Then you've got in the overall, man, the guy is he from China?
There was one from China, yeah, and I think was that Yanwen?
So he was in the.
Oh, he's from Taiwan. China was Shan. They were in the same division.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he was from China. Yeah, crazy physique, right?
Yeah, it's like what Chris said in the last pod. Like you see these people come from elsewhere, and it's just like, okay, yeah, we still got some showing up to do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that though, like, they weren't like perfectly put together packages. Like they're the same as us. Like each of them had their strengths, and each one of them had their weaknesses, and so. It's not like there's just this total like separation. There's good competition, but it's just good to see some people you've never seen here before. So yeah, like a surprise.
It's cool because you're like, there's still room to grow in the sport. Like, it's just nice to, I don't know, I think it's kind of like makes you more hungry. I don't know, but it was just cool to see you guys. And Dylan was in the overalls for Classic Physique, if you guys remember from Nationals, but gunning for that pro card. So he's been working hard, man. And it's really cool to see. He's just awesome, he just gets in there, great with the guys, great camaraderie. And yeah, Yan Wen took that one out. So good work, man. You're sorted. You guys are all qualified for next year's Nationals by even just getting on the stage. So yeah, big ups to the boys. Hey, should we move on to men's physique?
Yep.
Move on to the men's physique. There was a whole bunch of first timers in here again. It's so cool to see the men's physique coming back too, especially after such a big show last weekend for men's physique and classic. But first timers, there was 6 in there. That was epic. Matthew took that one out from Hamilton. Masters, there was just the one in there, but his name is Manu, and he took that one out. He's from Tahiti. Like, this is just cool, man. So many people from all over the place. Like, what the hell? Who would have thought? Good old Moes being out there ramping them up. We'll jump straight into novice and then open, and then we'll just like discuss the whole lot, right? And just give those placings out, give them a little bit of a word. So novice, Division A, Brandon took that one out. He's a Kiwi. Division C, there wasn't a Division B, by the way, but Division C was Tom. He took that one out, not unanimously, but he took that one out, and he looks really great as well. I remember seeing him backstage. Division D, Craig Oliveira took that one out, and that was someone else who's come back from Nationals. And Zach Kilby was in that class as well. And he's great. Zach's always cheering everyone on. Like, he's only just getting better and better every show. Like, he's such a good guy for the guys backstage. Like, doesn't speak to the girls, which is good, which is fine. Most of them don't. Most of the guys don't. But he's just awesome. And I think I just wanted to note that because he's just out there like championing them up. Men's physique open. Let's jump straight into that. So we had a winner for that one was Akira for Division A. We love Akira. We saw him again at battling out for Pro Card Nationals. He's back again. Nigel, Division B, took that one out on his own. Nirav took out Division C, another one that was gunning for his pro card and in the overalls last weekend. Division D was, that looked really hard, man. Wow. That was Casey Cree's class and Zach Kilby's class and Craig Oliveira's, and none of them won that class, or that division, sorry. It was someone from China, that Ma Jian, he was insane. Well, clearly, if he beat half of our guys, crazy. And then overalls, Ma Jian took that one out from China. So yeah, and that wasn't unanimous. Nirav was battling him a little bit, but holy shit, that was crazy, man. Like, what did you think about the men's physique? Because obviously you've got Casey in there too, and he's come back again, 4 or 5 shows this year. So how was all that to watch? I bet that was pretty like crazy.
Yeah, obviously there's there's some feelings involved. But I thought that like what I can say is that from class A to class D, the winners of all those classes looked good. It was like Akira come back, he looked like he had made the improvements that he needed to make, that he probably needed at Nationals. He brought into this show, so it's cool to see. Like, man, it gets hard. Like, when you miss out, like to be able to make yourself keep going and like not just be like worries. So to come back and give it that extra shot and come back and do better, and then whatever way it falls is the way that it falls, but to be able to get that like redemption for yourself. But then in the class B, class C winner, same thing, like they come back better. So like everyone leveled up, and so then the overall lineup that they were choosing from was a competitive class. And just it falls the way that it falls, and the judges make the decisions that they make, and if it's not your day, it's not your day.
Yep. Yeah, it's not, doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, right? Like next season.
No, man, that's don't be. It's hard to not be disheartened, especially if you just had a crack at nationals and you didn't get it, and then you just had a crack at another opportunity and you still didn't get it. It can be hard to face, can be hard to swallow, but just add it to the fire. Like, at whatever level, you have said this before, like you're gonna have work to do, and so. I mean, it's just good character building because you get your pro card, you're going to lose some more before you win some as well. So it's just it all equips you.
100%. So well done, guys. Those overall winners for Classic and Men's Physique also were pro card winners, just to FYI, because it was a pro qualifier, Olympia qualifier, pro am. It was like all the fucking things. So yeah, congrats to you guys getting your pro card. Good news is they're out of the fucking they're out of the pool now. So Casey, Akira, and Nira, you've all got a better opportunity now, boys. So no, it's just cool to see. And I know that the guys are just going to be more hungry for it. It's that initial fucking fuck, but then it's just it has to fuel you, and you have to let it motivate you. And I say this all the time about these guys, like, it's so motivating. I talk to you about it, Frank, all the time. It's so motivating they don't even know how motivating they are to everyone else by turning up and getting it done. Like, Casey's motivating to me like crazy, not even in my class division, not even my gender, but he just like, just because he keeps coming back and he's so fierce with it and hard, and he's such like a good sportsman. So all of these guys, it's just cool to see you keep coming back, and I can't wait to see you guys next year. Fuck.
Yeah, it's, I mean, like, take like, they've all made such epic progress this year. And to think that, like, you know, we've seen them through the year get better physically, each time get better, but then also their character improves as well. So freaking exciting to be like, yo, this is where you finish the year at. Man, what's next year gonna be like? Next year's gonna be freaking crazy. Like, let's bring some more more internationals over. Good luck.
100%.
Guys are gonna level up. That's cool.
Exciting. Yep, and they're carrying the amateurs. Like, they are so close to pro. They will go pro. We already know these guys will, but it's a matter of time. So they're kind of like they're keeping the amateurs like fired up, and the new guys, they're helping them get, like, it's all part of the plan, and it's just how it is. But it's just fun to watch, and watch out for these guys next year, because honestly, like, we know, Frank, they're gonna fucking come back. Undeniable. Bodybuilding was a little smaller, but that's okay, because we were expecting that. It wasn't the bodybuilders show, but a few came back. I heard that Charlie put on his usual good routine. We love a bit of Charlie Choi. He was cute backstage. Thumbs up to everybody. We love a bit of Charlie. Obviously took out his men's masters, because he was the only one in there, but also he's just amazing. And then we'll just run through the rest of the bodybuilding. Novice, Chris Latham took that out. He was the only one in this class. All of these were the only ones in their class. Welterweight, Rishi. Light heavyweight, Craig Oliveira. Super heavyweight, Zach Kilby. So it was cool to see Zach getting into bodybuilding. That was his first time doing bodybuilding, and he was up there going, shit, I don't know about the poses, like, what went on, and he was just making everyone laugh. You know, I've forgotten how to turn to the back. This is just what he's like. He's just a great fucking great guy for the guys backstage. So we also had the open bodybuilding, similar as to what we just saw, but it was cool because we had one extra in the open, who is also a really cool guy backstage. We had lightweight, Chris Latham, welterweight, Rishi, heavyweight. Is it Jake or Jack? Jack. Okay, I was wrong the whole way through. But he's great backstage too, and he's a little bit of a laugh with the girls as well. So it's just cool to have these guys back there, you know, really like making it a vibe. And then Jack took it out overall as well, and he's in the heavyweight class. So well done to him. It was unanimous. Was bodybuilding fun to watch for you, even though it was small? But was it cool? Because I did see that there was a bit of battle.
Yeah. So, like, you got to see, obviously, like, you see the people build their relationships backstage, and that helps massively with the energy they bring on stage. And so they create a show out of, like, you know, what they've got, and they make it, cool to be there. And Jacques is great for that. You'll always see him backstage, just like with people. You just got good energy for people. Even when you're at the most, like, shit feeling point of your prep and stuff. He's someone that always just you'll always see it with him, and he always looks good, man, when he's on. Man, he gets better every year. Like,
so good. They're spanking each other's bums on the stage and stuff. I saw as well. It's just fun, you know. Make it fun. Like, if there's only fucking 4 or 5 in the class, let's make it something else, you know.
The whole prep has been serious, like, you know, the stage. I like to think that, like, you know, the stage is like the celebration for the progress that you've made, regardless of whatever placing you get. You just let it out, let it shine, have a good time, and however that is for you,
Yeah.
Bring it.
Bring it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It was so good. So well done to Jack. I will pronounce your name eventually really well. Just started following him on Instagram too. He's great. He's an awesome guy for the sport. So thanks to all of you guys backstage. It was so cool to watch. The pros were the only ones that were like, you know, in the zone. But that's what it's going to be like. They're going for qualification for Olympia. So no blaming them on that at all. Be in the zone all you need.
Yeah.
Any other notes on the guys before we jump into the women's and then we'll jump into the pros?
No, I think it was good. Like again, the only thing was just numbers, but it's like we discussed before we jumped on this. It's just not, man. It might only take you 12 weeks to get ready for a show physically, but there's so many other factors that come into play in a person being able to actually make it. And so I think, man, there's definitely more people that you have situations, you know, personally were a little bit different. They would have done it. Like I would have done it if I hadn't got sick. And I know that, other people probably would have as well if it wasn't, you know, a financial or a time thing that they've just already, you know, they planned nationals out and then they planned other things out after that. It's getting to the end of the year. Like, but I mean, I would love it. And I think, everyone would be on the same page. Like guys will want to show up to Moes show each year. Like, so it'll be cool. And I know that they will structure the calendar and stuff differently next year and make it better.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. We'll see how we go. So and now everyone's seen Moes Muscles once. They might do it next year. You know, like it's kind of that first year where they're like, oh, should I or shouldn't I? Like it's just a week, you know, like maybe next year they'll be like, if it is structured the same way, I highly doubt it will be, but if it is structured the same way, maybe they will, or maybe they just will just bite where it is and like lands in the calendar because it's Moes Muscles, you know, it's a cool show. And he puts a lot of effort into everything he does. We all got NPC tracksuits. You guys didn't get them. So it's just it's just cool to get to get into like Moes, how Mo wants to do his show, you know? Like they're all Moes shows technically, but he gets his own little spice on it. So
his
talent looks like, you know?
And he deserves it, man. Like I've always hoped that he would have, you know, his show and like get to do it, you know, just of those other little things that get to see his character and I think if his show is always like, you know, a pro am, if there's always pro classes in there, heck man, like don't be scared to get about it. Like some people come over and maybe like obliterate you, but it's epic to be around those people that are just at that different echelon. Like you can't help but be like motivated, and you see it. You get to see firsthand. Like you think you're at potentially maybe the best you could be at, or you're maybe thinking you're progressing the best you can progress, and then you see people come over and they're not really, you know, they don't have much more than what some of them have less than what we've got available to us here. But you just see like a whole different intention and application and the result of that, and it just is epic to be around.
It's cool, man. And it was like a real honor. Like it's an honor to get on Mo's stage as well. He's the backdrop when he was on Olympia. So it's like it's a fucking whole feeling of its own. But it's an honor to be backstage with pros as a woman. Like the girls and I were watching the coaches do their things with their pro athletes, like from overseas. And he'd be like, okay, cool. It's like 5 minutes to get on, squirt honey in his mouth, and then he'd get the oil and he'd do that. Like it was timed to perfection. And that's like that I love that shit. Like that's hardcore coaching. And that's what I want to like be like that one day. But it's just inspiring to be around and how in the zone they are and exactly what they do before they get on, how they pump up. It's such a different ball game. So like if you want to be a pro, be around the pros, even if it means that you come last in that show. Like at least you've been there, seen it, and now you've got like more inspiration to do it better. It's just cool to be around, you know, and get on the stage. New Zealand wants to see our pros get on the stage, man. And I know it's not all for us, but you have fans now. If you're a pro, you've got fans, and we want to see it. Rochelle's already planning. I've already said it before. She's already planning her next year's show. She's planning it out already. She'll probably keep everyone posted on that as well. She's quite open with it. So it's cool when people become pro and they just want to go for it. And like Nadar's already put it on his page. He's ready to level up and go to pro. Like it's just cool. We love it. So keep going. Get on the stage and keep using that pro card. Everyone wants to see it, eh, Frank? We want to see it. All right, women's physique. There was just our one gal in there. She did compete at a few shows. Waikato as well, I think. She's at a bunch of them. So good on her. Her name's Serena Pula. She's got a beautiful stage presence. We love her. So she came back, got her first place, nailed it, qualified for next year. Done. Easy money. Figure, there was 3, Frank, so we were stoked to get a couple of girls come back for figure. Jess Schofield just kept it under wraps and told us the day before, so we love her for that. And she's again just an absolute fucking queen backstage. That girl's amazing. Amy Williams was there as well, and this Emily took it out in both novice and open. So well done, girls. Jess got second, Amy got third. Beautiful turnout. Happy to see some figure girls. We didn't think we were going to see any, so we're happy we saw those ones. Was it fun to watch? Just even though there's a few, they're always beautiful stage presence, right?
Yeah. Man, just it's nice that people see people show up. Like for some people, this was the show that they were able to do.
Yeah.
Like if the show wasn't there, then it wouldn't have happened for people this year. So, and this, people, cool, and show up well.
Yeah, and shot well. Yeah, and got a bit of stage time and stuff. Like got to do their routines fully. Like no rushing, just cruising up, get your placing. Everything's great. Like. I think that'll motivate people to do it next year, because they'll be like, oh, it is smaller classes. You do get a bit more stage time, maybe more chance of a placing, that kind of thing. So who knows? But well done, Emily. Well done, honey. And we actually had some wellness. Again, we didn't think we would have physique, wellness, or figure, but we got all 3 of them. So we're really stoked about that. We had class A was Crystal, took that one out. Obviously, she's the only one in there. Beautiful. She's from Potato, which is great. So we're seeing the little Potato coming up. Class B, we had Shanae Barker and Shania as well, and Shanae took that one out. So good to see 3 chicks in the wellness, and then Shanae took out overall. Was there an overall? Not really. Oh yes, there was. Sorry, and she took that out. So that was cool. Was it wellness all good to watch? I mean, there's only a couple in there, but was it fun to watch anyway? Just at least a couple up there.
Yeah.
It's always good. Yeah, keep turning up, girls, because it's good. And now they're qualified for next year. And wellness, we all know this is one where we need to keep building on the muscle. Chris was talking about the last episode. We need more muscle. We need more conditioning. So they've got a full year now to get a little bit more of that done. So good work, girls. All right, moving to bikini. So bikini was fun. There was actually quite a few bikini girls, and I was gutted. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't. I was stoked. There was a whole bunch of us, and it was really, really cool. All the girls, all of the divisions got together, and we all were like mates backstage. I've got a whole bunch of photos of all of us, and it was really cool. So first timers, Rebecca Turner took out the first timers, and she's worthy of victory. She's an absolute sweetheart. She took that one out, so well done. And then junior was Coco Do, who I've talked about a whole bunch of times on the pod, and she took out Auckland champs earlier this year. So good to see her coming back. She looks great. She's actually looks like she's got more muscle on her and stuff now too. I reckon she's been building, looking good. Masters was Fiona Crawford. She looks beautiful. She's competed in different federations and everything. She looks fucking amazing. So well done, Fee. We'll just run through them all, and then I'll get Frank to give us a little rundown on them. He's got a few clients in the bikini. Speaking of someone that did want to work towards this show, and it was her only show of the year as well. So again, if we didn't have this show, we wouldn't have this show. Novice, Rebecca Turner took out Class A as well. Beautiful. Class B was Holly. Speaking of, it was Holly. She wanted to work towards Moes Muscles. She nailed it. The Queen took home golds all over the place. Class C was Maria. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but it's she was the only one in that class, and she took that one out. And then we also had Shannon Porter took out Class D. And I was just with Shanae. Shanae jumped in from wellness as well, by the way. So that's where she's come back from. And then we had open. Rio, Class A, only one in there. Holly, Class B, took out Class B again. Another gold for her. Coco Do and Crystal. Oh, Crystal. Yeah, she was beautiful. Class C. Didn't even know she was turning up. And then I saw her backstage, and I was like, game over. And I talked to Rachel, and I was like, is that us for silver and bronze? She's just stunning, and everybody knows it. She was at Nationals. She's beautiful. She took out Class C. Class D was me and Rachel. Again, I looked at Rachel, said, easy second for me here. Rachel took that one out. Just great physique. So it's not salty. It's just what it is, And then Crystal took out overall. She's beautiful, man. She's stunning on stage. She's just great. She's another one of those people that you're like, she's going to go pro if she keeps going, Like, she's definitely going to get up there. Overalls was quite big. There was quite a lot of girls, because we had lots of random just different bits and pieces, classes and stuff. I made it to the overalls. I was so stoked. But Christelle took it out, and then it was Holly second. That's epic. And then Rachel Mead. And like I wouldn't even have picked that, because Rachel placed so highly all year. Holly just come out of nowhere. And then Rebecca Turner for fourth. So there was 2 worthy of victory girls in there. What did you think about the bikini? Talk to me about it, Frank. Crystal's great, right? And how did your girls go?
Yeah, Crystal is great. She's she's a great representation of the bikini criteria. And you know, if she ever misses out at other shows, it's only because someone has generally got just a bit more development. Each person has got their own journey, man, and she's got hers, and she's got things that make it a little harder for her. But she's so consistent, and so this show was just, you know, it's a good reflection of how consistency will pay off, right? She keeps a good attitude the whole way. She doesn't, you know, doesn't get her beat down when she doesn't get. I think, you know, she always looks so good. She always gets recognized. I think that helps her keep going. But yeah, she's stunning. She's beautiful. She looks awesome out there. So yeah, good on her. And then, yeah, man, like I said, some days it's not your day, and so yeah, people that you think, you know, might be up there will get beat by somebody that's come out of nowhere. And yeah, you've got Holly this year, man. She's again, like, she's had her own journey, and she's struggled through injuries and stuff for a long time, which yeah, through finally being able to get the right help, she was able to then actually start training properly. And then when it looked like it was going to be feasible for her to actually push a little harder and have a go at getting a prep, like where we decided to make this one happen for her. And so to get this result for her was awesome as well. And yeah, and the same for Rebecca as well. Same thing. Like, just some people, this worked out awesome that they got that extra time. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah. And the other girls look good as well. You look good. You made massive improvements, like epic improvements from, what was it, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. Have you put them side by side yet?
No, I haven't got my stage photos yet. I want to do it properly with my stage photos.
Yeah, it's, man, like, we could see it week to week, like the changes that you are making, and we've said it before, like, man, if you stay in it that little bit longer, and it's so worth it. Like, and now you've hit this, like, you've got that new set point, like, you've staked your flag. You're not going to let yourself come back. Like, having that extra time, having the tangibility of having another show to shoot for to keep you in it, so worth doing, right?
So worth doing. And I'm so happy Moes Muscles was there, because I made a lot of progress, but it wasn't enough for nationals for me. And we all know how I feel about it. I want to be fucking on when I go to nationals. I'm not standing on that stage till I can, but I was so happy that Moes Muscles was just there, and it gave me an extra week, and like then I can qualify. There's so many good things about it, and I'm so fucking happy with it. Like, it was just the best show. So much less pressure and stress, and like, and then I could obviously peak my client, and just, it was so much easier, you know, and everything was just great, and it was just cool to make extra progress. And there's no way I'm going backwards. I'm still kind of cutting, and then we'll reverse and build. Yeah, but it's exciting, man, and it's going to be cool to see what everyone does next year. And all the bikini girls have been great. I've only ever heard this whole season, only heard of one instance of like shit talking between the girls. One, that's good. It's good for the girls. Like, you know, it's not bad. And it got nipped in the bud as far as I know, anyway. And it's what it is. So really cool girls. I'm really stoked with everyone, and everyone looked so good. Rachel Mee didn't even peek into that show. She just wanted to show off a bikini. It's still got
she actually came, and that was my preferred look for her.
Yeah.
Full
like comfy, you know, like good.
Yeah, she looked real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We're just happy with you girls. You're all fucking awesome. Good on you. And good on you, Coco, man. Like, I was like, she did Auckland champs, and then she just kept going all year. All of you girls. I'm so stoked with you all. You're all amazing. So cool. We'll go into where are the pros? Okay, so the placings for the pro show for Classic Physique Means Physique, it's not on the scorecard online in case you're getting lost like I just did. But we've got the results. So Classic Physique was awesome. The winner was Fuad, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He was incredible, but I thought Terrence had it. I don't have an eye for Classic Physique, but I thought Terrence, just out the back, he was just like, wow, like a sculpted from the gods. So Terrence came and Fuad came first. So well done on his Olympia invite. That's incredible. He was so happy. Our boy Ben got third. So he just got his pro card last weekend, came in, got third out of 6, I think it was. So that's crazy. That's incredible. Marjian, who was the guy that had won his pro card on this day, entered into the pro show, got 4th place. So that's really cool as well. And then Connor and Daniel both got 5th and 6th as well. So we just got the video of the top 4, but 5th and 6th too. So well done to all of them. That's it was a great outcome. Was it fun was there a battle, and was it fun to watch the battle? Because I didn't see that because I was obviously backstage. What do you think, Frank?
It was really impressive to watch.
Really? Oh.
One of them bought it, man. Yeah, they look epic. Our Kiwi guys look freaking good as especially from like a conditioning perspective. Our guys were not short off the mark at all. They really bought it. They looked like pros. Daniel always looks scary, but man, Connor, like, yeah, ups to him for pulling this together. His conditioning was insane. And then the other guys just had just everything else, right? Like Ben's got crazy fullness, great definition. His condition was good. And then the other guys just had some more crazy shape, just different lines. Yeah, I can see why they went with the winner.
Yeah.
He was a little bit tighter in the midsection. So I think, and a couple of other things, just a bit more definition in his legs and stuff as well. As it appears on stage, anyway. Like sitting down there watching them on stage, you could definitely see, although that the other Terrence is the silver hair guy, had definitely had a lot more like size. And his condition was good. The other guy just had nice lines and better detail, and he had enough size, good fullness. Yeah, it was a freaking good show to watch. Yeah, they hooked in.
And you just never know, hey? Like it's like pros are just another level. I don't know how they judge it. It's just crazy. So it'd be so hard to do, but so fun to be a part of, and fun for you guys to watch. Like I heard all the audience going crazy, and I love it how they do. Did they pose out, guys?
Yeah,
love it.
They were freaking nuts. Like, and because of how the stage and stuff was set up, like being higher, and it just was just like what?
Wow.
It was they looked like pros.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to see. So well done, guys. Or well done, Fuad, because he's going to be, I think, going to Olympia. I don't know whether it was for this year or next year, whatever the qualification is for, but congrats. That's crazy. That's what every pro wants, especially when they're traveling to go and do a pro show somewhere else, especially here in New Zealand. So he got what he wanted. He was grateful for it, and that's awesome. Everyone cheered for him backstage. It was cool. Men's physique. Spicy men's physique. I saw a lot of that because I was peering from backstage. We weren't allowed to watch. If we were backstage, you're backstage. If you're not, you're not. So I was trying to peer from the side, and holy shit, that looked competitive. We had a lot of our boys in there as well. Like Ash Mellon, who everyone loves to watch and see what he's been up to. He's just been to Dubai. Everyone follows his journey. So we had Sip. So he was back on the stage. We haven't seen Sip for a little bit, so that was cool to see him come back. We had a whole Aaron, so that's cool to see him come back. We haven't seen him for a little bit as well, so it's good to see what these boys can bring. Even if it wasn't their 100% A game, they've got more. They know they've got more. That's cool. That doesn't matter. They turned up and they got shit done. So the winner for men's physique was crazy too, man. Like this guy was fucking out of control. They all are, but like you see these ones here and there, and even as an uneducated, like my eyes, I was like, oh, easy Olympia, like let's go. Like his name was Isai, I think that's how you pronounce it. Just quickly, second was I think it's Ali, third was Sip, so our Kiwi, fourth was Charlie, fifth was Ash, again our Kiwi. So really cool top placings there. And I think Aaron just missed his place in the top 5. Like it was cool to see. And what do you think of the men's physique? This is another one of yours that you love to watch, so what do you think about it?
Yeah, man, again, like they bought a really good show. Yeah, the guys that were up there freaking stacked, like ridiculous. Our Kiwi guys too, man, like Sip and Ash, like bro, the size that you guys have bought is like, yeah. Sip has got so much more to bring too. Like it's exciting to see him. Like this is definitely the best package he's ever bought. And I know that he's excited to do some new things, and he's going to push into classic. And man, again, like he himself has got a pretty epic journey, man. He's been through some stuff, and so if anyone's got excuses, like go read that guy's book, because frick, like if anyone probably shouldn't have been able to get up to this level, it's him. So it's just a special shout out to him, because frick, yeah, he looked insane. And just our Kiwi guys, they set a good standard. Those the guys that come up more than that, so your first, second, and third man. If you don't have a man crush on anyone before you watch that show, you left with one.
Yeah, it's true. Wow.
Yeah,
Love it.
and that overall winner, man, like I just don't even. That was insane. He is nuts.
Yeah, going to Olympia now, boy, and he was so grateful for it too. And it's just cool to see them like, and you would be, but just so happy to have it. You know, it's so cool, so cool to watch. I love it.
Yeah. Well, it's like they don't necessarily have a better, they've got no advantage or better opportunity than us. Like, they had to come over here. It's a lot to ask of them, but they do because they want it.
Yeah.
So they shoot their shot, and so if you're not prepared to shoot the shot, then
not gonna happen.
nah,
yeah. It's cool. How was the posing for the pros? Was there a step up for the posing for classic and men's physique? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, there is definitely quite a substantial difference in their presentations for sure. I think that's probably, it's probably enhanced by, like they've got the extra development as well. And so it also looks a little bit more impressive. They might do the same thing, but as it unfolds, it just looks better. But you can see, like, I guess also by turning pro, you have a little bit more confidence. And so they're up on that stage. They know what they're doing. They know that they're the show. They know that, like, and so that probably does, they're probably a little bit less nervous. No doubt all anxious because they want the placing that, everyone's going after, right? But in terms of like how they bring themselves to stage, they reflect being pro athletes awesomely. Yeah.
Cool. I love it. I love to see it. And I just think I just love being around pros. It's just like so inspiring. And just having like, now I've got a friend, like a good friend, Rochelle, who's a pro. Like, it's just, what a cool year, Frank. It's been so good. We are done for the year, but we've got Olympia in 2 weeks, guys. So watch Olympia. Then we've got 4 weeks time, Sean Ray's Hawaiian Classic. We've got a whole fucking bunch of our bikini pros over there, including Kate Carroll. So we'll be wrapping that one up and watching that one, trying to get as much coverage on it as well. I'll be buying the live stream, so I'll chuck a little bit of that in the wrap up so we can see how our girl did. She's gonna carve it up. She's looking fucking insane. And for everyone else, don't fucking fall off in your off season. Stay on, because the calendar will come out, and who knows what's on the calendar. I don't know what's on the calendar, but I've got a little sneaky suspicion that there's going to be some shit in there that you're going to want to get involved with. And who knows what pro shows we might have next year, everybody. It's all about pros. No one fall too far off, because you just never know when you're going to compete. And we want to aim for the top. And even as an amateur, you need to stay on. What Kate said, it's a 365-day-a-year journey if you want to take it seriously. If you don't, all good. Go out and party all off season. But it's going to be what it is. Next time you have to jump on prep and you're like on this fucking Stairmaster for an hour and a half. So on that note though, Frank, coming from you, any tips for everyone for their off season? Everyone's just finished up. They might have finished up a couple of weeks ago, but what do you think people should be doing between now and Christmas, if anything? Do you have any little tips for the guys and girls out there?
Yeah, if you truly want to be pursuing this and chasing this down, like, the standard next year is going to be higher again. If you're not being hungry for it, there's going to be 10 other people ahead of you that are more hungry and getting it done. And so they're going to be more accountable through this off season. They're going to be making sure, like, your improvement season is where your placing gets defined. I say, like, I feel like, yeah, you have won or lost before prep starts. And so you didn't come this far to only come this far. Like, you didn't take this ground just to chuck it away again. You should have planted your stake, and you should be now trying to build on top of that, like gather more ground. Use the momentum that you've gained from this season, especially if it was like your first time. If this was your first year and you got this far, man, you're in an awesome position to go so much further. And like, this is where, man, like, I mean, I can explain like my own journey compared to the people that I coach now. Like, the momentum that I've lost and the efficiency of my own progress that could have been better if I had better insight then, and had people telling me to be like, don't do this in your off season, like stay on, man. Like the difference is crazy. If I can use Casey as an example, man, the efficiency, even NATO, like the efficiency in their progress versus like what mine was prior to more recent years, they're going twice the distance as what I did in that time frame. But yeah, no, they're jumping at my heels, and I mean, they'll both be like Nada's pro before me. Casey will probably turn pro before me. But like this is what I say. I'm like, my promise is to them that I'll always take them further. Than their results will come more efficiently than my own, because like I'm getting them, building that momentum with them, keeping that momentum going. I'm applying everything that I had to learn the hard way. So stay invested.
Invested, man. Don't just give it up. Like, it's crazy. And we'll do a whole episode on this. We're going to do a big chat on off seasons and how to manage them and how to get through the mindset and just all of that stuff. And obviously this is my first one, but Frank's coached many through it. I'm also coaching my first client through it. So it's kind of like a good little different perspectives on the whole topic, but we'll touch more on that. But just also don't just give up your coach and give up your diet and give up posing and give up everything, because it's easy to take a break, but it'll turn into months, and it'll turn into Christmas, and then it'll be January, and you'll be like, fuck, Frank, I'm ready to, I want to compete this year. And it's like you put on an extra 10, like, how many kilos. It's just stay coaching, stay reversing, look after yourself. There's so much more to that as well, in terms of like internal health, but just look after yourself, girls and guys, and don't just like fucking throw the towel in, because this is a sport, and use it to fuel you, use it to fucking fire you up. Like even if you didn't get a placing, got last, who gives a fuck? Turn up next year and be like, who's this person? Like you have to think like an athlete to be an athlete. Hey, you really do.
100%. And it is one of and I can speak from experience as well, like it is one of the hardest battles you'll ever face. If you've come this far, you let the balloon go, and then you've got to try and bring that back. Like that is way harder than just getting started on this journey and feeling those feels. Man, when you know how good you got, if you are responsible for letting that all fly away,
don't do it.
That ain't a nice reflection to see in the mirror.
Yeah. You're only going to feel let down.
You're not just, big time. You're not just seeing what happened on the outside. Like you're seeing through to your core. I dropped the ball.
I dropped it too far.
That is a hard, man. That's a hard battle to fight.
Yeah. We all want food, man. Everyone wants food. Mr. Bikini, you're looking like we all want a burger, but just your need for wanting to do well needs to be higher than wanting a fucking burger and eating every day. Like it needs to be more. So keep the fuel going, keep the fire going, guys. Any other notes, Frank, before we finish up?
Man, I'm excited to see you all back next year. I think we were nervous we were always in hope that the year was going to get better and better and better, and it did. And it turned out to be an awesome year. Some great athletes across the board, and it feels like after COVID and all that sort of shit, all the hard times like this year come together, and I'm excited to I see a lot of people that will be keeping the momentum going, and there's a lot of new people getting into it because they're motivated by what they saw this year.
100%.
So just super excited. Definitely need a bit of a moment to breathe.
Feels.
Everyone does, I think. Went from one extreme to the other.
That's what happens, hey, end of the season. It's like, oh, all right. But it's all right. We've got stuff to work on, Frank. You and I are still we're competing next year, hopefully. Well, that's what we're aiming for, fingers crossed. And we've got our clients, so we can keep focusing on that. We can bring the pods, so the off season still feels like a on season, I suppose. So we'll bring you all of that, guys. But we've got lots more to come. And if anyone wants to jump on the pod out there, anyone who competed this year, anyone who's got their pro card now, hit me up, send me a message. We'll see what we can do. I've got a few pods coming up, which is exciting, but I'd love to get you on. I want to talk to all of the athletes out there and see what you guys thought of the season. But it was a sick season, and you're right. So many people are hooked on this on it now. I know you've got a lot of inquiries coming in. I've got a lot of inquiries coming in for coaching. So it's cool. There's going to be lots of newbies next year. No one slip. You've got no time to slip. Let's bring it next year. Yes. All right, Frank. Well, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for listening this whole year with our wrap ups. We're just getting warmed up. We're going to bring them more next year as well. And we've got Kate's Sean Ray's Hawaiian Classic we're going to wrap up too. But other than that, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Frank, for being with me here. And we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah.
All right.